Check in with him. What's going on, Pep?
Hey, good morning, guys. A week from today, we will get the complete NFL schedule for the upcoming season, but already we know the 5 international games. And, guys, the NFL for the first time will have a regular season game in Germany, and not just Germany, but Tom Brady. They're sending Tom Brady and the Buccaneers to Germany to play the Seattle Seahawks. So we got a game in Germany. We got a game in Mexico City. That's the 49ers and Cardinals. We got 3 more in England. So the NFL truly trying to become a global game, guys.
I love it going international. My sister lives in Tampa Bay, and I teased her already, like, let's go to Munich in November. Like, that would be so much fun.
Yeah, we're kind of used to the London game by now. They've done the Mexico City game a handful of times as well now too. But then yesterday when they announced Germany, it's like, oh, they keep spreading this more and more.
I think that would be really cool. But yeah, talk about international. Okay.
Yeah, they haven't had American football over there since. You guys remember the old World Football League? I think there was the Frankfurt Galaxy, if I remember.
And the rain fire or
That was
something.
NFL Europe. I remember NFL Europe. Yeah.
Well, I think from those two teams, though, what I've heard is that in Germany, that there's actually really some psycho fans for NFL, which is a little unusual in Europe because a lot of Europe doesn't like American football.
Well, you got to remember too, there's a lot of overseas military, a lot of Americans
Yes.
stationed over there. And whenever they go over there, they love it.
Very true. So a game in Munich. Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And the Bayern Munich, the big football stadium, which if you say football over there, they're thinking a completely different sport. But we're talking about American football, the NFL going overseas. That would be pretty cool. Okay, so guys, we're going to Major League Baseball now. And right now, a quick shout out to Riverside's own Dusty Baker. Yeah, he is a Riverside native. He is now the skipper for the Houston Astros. Don't hold that against him. But he did pick up career win number 2,000. And there's only been 12 managers in all of Major League Baseball history to have 2,000 wins or more. So now Dusty Baker from Riverside, from the IE, he's in very, very, very elite company.
A lot of wins there. He's been doing it for a long time. I like it how sometimes he's like, okay, I'm going to retire. I'm done. I'll come back. Join the ball club.
Yeah, I was surprised to hear that name come up. I was like, that name seems like it's been around for a long time.
You come back. Do you help out the Astros, remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was like the adult in the room, I think, as a lot of people called him, coming off that scandal. The guy that's going to kind of bring some stability, kind of clean things up a little bit, repair that image, right, of the Houston Astros. And he's done a great job. So I just want to give him a quick shout out before we move on to the Dodgers, who swept the Giants, man. They beat the Giants last night 9-1, and this was a battle of, two teams competing for the National League West lead. And right now, it's clear the Dodgers are still the best team in the National League West with the sweep of San Francisco.
And they do appear to be gaining confidence. I know there's a long way to go in the long baseball season, but man, they look tough. I think it really does help when, the poster boy of the team, Kershaw, is pitching as well as he is, and the team's playing well. I see a little slump coming because that's the way it is, but if they can peak at the right time, Dodgers again?
The big headline last night that nobody's talking about, they won because they embraced May the 4th be with you and had their own Star Wars night. The Force was with the Dodgers last night.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm a Star Wars nerd, man. So if you embrace Star Wars, if you roll with that, and what's today, Revenge of the Fifth? Like, I'm all in. I'm in all that stuff. So if you embrace that, yeah, the Force is going to be on your side, and it certainly was on the Dodgers. Big sweep against the Giants.
I just realized I'm Revenge of the Fifth guy. I didn't know.
You are. We all are. And a quick shout out to, we follow our local minor league baseball teams in the area. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes were playing on the road at the Lake Elsinore Storm. Now, we normally don't give the scores there, but in that game, Diego Cartaya, he is the Dodgers' #1 prospect in the minor leagues. He was at the plate for the Quakes, and on the mound for the Lake Elsinore Storm was a guy named Blake Snell. Yes, the Padres ace rehabbing for Lake Elsinore. Well, Diego Cartaya, the Dodgers' #1 prospect, took him deep, and it was an absolute bomb. So if you like the Dodgers lineup right now, there's a guy in the minors for the Quakes right now hitting homers off of Major League Baseball All-Stars, and he's on his way up to the big league. So keep an eye out for Diego Cartaya.
So the Dodgers buying players, but developing them in the farm system too.
Love the little local games. Go to the Lake Elsinore or IE 66ers. Those games are fun.
Definitely. And the apparel.
Yeah, you know what? They always have the great promotions, and once in a while, you'll see like a top prospect, you'll see a Major League Baseball guy rehabbing, and we had the worlds colliding last night. So keep an eye out for Cartaya for sure. To NBA, guys, the NBA playoffs real quick. The Phoenix Suns are up 2-0 on the Dallas Mavericks. The Warriors and Grizzlies look like they're in a big battle. They're tied at 1 right now. So the Western Conference, I know the Clippers are probably sitting back thinking, man, if we were healthy, we should be one of those 4 teams. But right now the Western Conference looks wide open. I think Phoenix is in good shape. And I thought Golden State might cruise to the Western Conference Finals. But guys, Memphis, outside of Ja Morant, not necessarily household names, but this is a pretty good overall team.
Yes.
Oh, Memphis has been a lot of fun to watch because it really is like, it feels like it's Ja Morant taking down the Warriors right now.
It is, man. A little 6'1" dude. He's like average size guy out there taking on the world. This should be fun, like you said.
But just the heart the size of a mountain.
Yes.
He had 47 the other night, and I guess somebody poked him in the eye. He couldn't see out of one of his eyes, and they said, how did you score 47 with just, you can't see in one eye? And he's like, well, I still got one good eye. And so I guess he only needs one good eye. He's hilarious. I like
he's ready to take him on.
Yeah, I like this guy. Cool. And he's scoring at a rate that hasn't been seen since, well, 2 guys that we're obviously very familiar with, LeBron James and Kobe Bryant, in terms of postseason play, what Ja Morant is doing. So, and at this age, what is he, 21, I think? I mean, he's a very special player. He's a young guy, but already an NBA superstar, which is a lot of fun to watch. And guys, we still need a head coach for your Los Angeles Lakers. And here's the new wrinkle I heard. I don't know if you guys heard this as well, but helping them make the decision to be the new head coach of the Lakers is Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson is back in the mix, having a voice. He's got a spot at the table, and he's going to help the Lakers make this decision. I guess that's a good thing, right, considering his track record.
What I've heard, he is consulting, and another thing he is connected to, somebody he knows really well, is Nick Nurse. He has a really good relationship with Nick Nurse. There has been a rumor that he may leave Toronto and become the Lakers head coach. That's only a rumor, but I did hear that along with Phil Jackson being the consultant.
I mean, the only good thing for Phil Jackson to be the consultant is if Phil Jackson knows how to write his own name on a piece of paper and submit that. If you're not going to do that, then don't worry about it, Phil.
Are we doing the triangle? Because that's what we do.
Yeah.
Write your own name down, step up. Otherwise, hey, thanks for being what you did.
Yeah. I guess we'll have to see what happens.
I know. And correct me if I'm wrong. Remember the last season, Phil Jackson was the head coach of the Lakers. Didn't he have a stipulation where he did not go to the road games? Like, he only coached the home games, but he would not travel with the team because, at that point in his, career, like his body was breaking down. He didn't want all that, the flights and the traveling. So he only coached the home games, and somebody else did the road games. Does that sound right?
Yeah, he did that for a little. He pulled that off for a little bit.
And then he absolutely kind of killed himself in New York there for a while, trying to do that. And New York was just terrible at that time. He is plus 10,000 right now if you want to bet him to be the Lakers head coach.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening.
The only one with bigger odds would be LeBron James becoming the head coach himself.
I could see that. I could see that more than Phil Jackson becoming the coach.
Plus 15,000 if you want to go bet that.
Let's go to Vegas, boys.
Why not roll the dice on that one, right? It's probably a long shot, but maybe, right? But I doubt it.
Now, Pep, I know we're about to get you out of here, but it should be mentioned just to go back to baseball for a second. Not that it's popular to talk about, but Trevor Bauer was suspended for 2 years by Major League Baseball. Even though he was found innocent in court, Major League Baseball did not care and suspended him for 2 years.
Yeah, I've seen similar instances where the players get off with a minor penalty, right? And Trevor Bauer, who, and again, I'm not defending him here, but he was proven innocent in the court of law. So the Dodgers in Major League Baseball, kind of like they did their own investigation, right? Like, we don't care what the court and the legal system said. This is what we think, and now we're going to punish you for what we believe happened. And 2 years, man, that is a long time. I forget Trevor Bauer is still out there.
Right, he is still out there, and they say he is appealing, but he has been suspended for 2 Major League seasons.
Right. Was there a certain way that the whole thing went away because of like something weird, right? It didn't just go away because he was magically found innocent.
Yeah.
Like they didn't clear, it went away with some kind of weirdness, right? And so MLB is like, look, you still dragged us through this. You still made the league look terrible. Like, yeah, you're still out of here.
Exactly. So no Bauer.
No, yeah, no Trevor Bauer anytime soon. And some people think he'll never pitch in a Dodgers uniform again, and I'm in that group. And then some people feel like he'll never pitch in Major League Baseball again. But he's still in his prime. So at some point, I guess after the end of 2 years, I think we'll see him again on a mound in baseball somewhere.
The good thing is 2 calendar years for baseball is actually only 1 season.
That's how it feels to Mr. 40.
I know.
How to get your stuff.
I know. Hey, you're not going to hear Frankfurt Galaxy anywhere else. Check out Inland Sports. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, the Inland Sports YouTube channel. You can stay up to date with all of our local guys from the IE.